Yo, what is going on YouTube? Reach for the Stars here, and today I'm bringing you a Crota challenge mode guide for Age of Triumph. And first I just want to say real quick guys that I had tons of fun jumping back on here and playing these old raids, well this old raid. So the first thing that I want to say real quick before we get on this is that I was a little disappointed that they were making it seem like we were going to be able to do all the raids. And instead they made it a 1 week deal, you know, one a week. We're gonna get the first one, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one. Now luckily I have myself and my buddies that I've been raiding with have debunked the fact that you can get rewards on each character. It's not locked away under one character. Okay, if you do the challenge mode for each character and successfully complete it, you have an opportunity to get the exotic drops and the ornaments and stuff like that. With that being said, I've managed to get myself every primary exotic out of this Crota's End raid. And about half of each of my characters filled with the ornaments. So, pretty upset that they, you know, locked it behind a weekly thing. I'm pretty happy that you can do it on each character. But I do understand the, you know, method behind the madness, if you will. Bungie is trying to, you know, have this game hang on for dear life like a dingleberry. It's basically just hanging on by a thread, and they just want people to play it more. And they knew if they just gave us all the raids at once, everybody would grind for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, you know, who knows, get everything they want and then just put the game down forever. I personally will quit Destiny after this happens, you know, once everything's done and I got what I wanted, and you know, I'll try and help a couple people out and do what I can. But, you know, don't expect me to be putting too much content out after Age of Triumph is complete. I'll basically be waiting for Destiny 2, and I'm not guaranteed to buy Destiny 2. I'm seriously going to see how they perform and how they, you know, handle all of this past criticism and all of these atrocious fuck-ups. And I'm going to call them atrocious fuck-ups because I can't think of a better word to describe it. When you have a whole community basically at your disposal. And what I mean by that is, we've had people dedicate their lives to this fucking game right here. And what I mean by that is, they stream it every day, they take people flawless, they fucking figure out the raids to a T. You have basically 1,000 extra developers with the YouTube community. People constantly giving you feedback, people constantly telling you what's wrong and what's right. And all they ever heard out of you all fucking 3 years was the fact that, oh, this is fine and that's fine and we're working on this and we're working on that. Let's just face it, you guys made a game, you cast a check that you could not fucking, your ego could not cash. You promised on something too big and you couldn't deliver. You delivered about 50%, I'll say, and I'm being generous giving you a 50%. There's people that would say that your game's a total failure. Now, the fact that it had people still playing and still has people on the servers, it has me playing. Number one, my channel content grew from Destiny, except I'm not as big as most of the YouTubers are. I feel bad for some of them. They dedicated themselves to this game and their fan base to this game, and look how it's paying them off. They're getting 20,000 a view, 20,000 a video, tops, and that's views. And they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So, anyways, you know, I just wanted to put that out there. So I am happy with this. Don't get me wrong, I'm not totally just bitching, but you know, it's just funny how they try and milk it every step of the way, and it's real sad. It shows a lack of confidence really in their game and themselves. You know, just put the raids out, let everybody go crazy on them, put this game in the past behind you, and work towards Destiny 2. No, we're gonna drag this out and drop we're gonna drop 4 raids that already exist in the game and that we've already beaten. We're going to drop them 1 per week. It's silly. It's just silly. But I kind of understand behind it with the challenges and shit like that. Alright. So, I'm not going to be talking throughout this whole video. It's 18 minutes long. I'm going to explain simply the strats behind each part that we did. And then I'll let each part play out. That way you can kind of see what I did and see what my teammates did and get a feel for that. So, absolutely nothing has changed about the first part, the abyss or the lamps. Still the same getup. you gotta run with your team. There's no way to get up. There's no glitch spots. I have not tried them yet where you could blink up from that second spot. That was mainly for soloing. Now, this is the part that you want to remember right here. If you can run each lamp and get your way to darkness off totally, I overshot it there. You can get on top of that rock. You can still get on top of the 2 parts over there to the right. But other than that, nothing has absolutely changed, and it's just the same. So I'm going to let this part play out, and then we'll pick it up at the next part. Okay, so now we're at the abyss part, and this is the one with the 3 totems. And basically, it's still the same getup. You cannot cheese it, to my knowledge. Okay, you can't cheese it. I'm pretty sure the death barrier comes intact. I could go in there solo a little bit later, and I'll test it and figure it out completely. But I'm pretty sure it's all patched up. So, same getup here. You start off with 6 on one side. Slowly move 3 to the other side. And as long as somebody is on the middle plate on either side, 2 people must be on the totems. So if I'm on the middle plate like I am now, and as you can see, my teammates are on the left and right totems, you do not have to stand on the totems completely the whole time. You can jump off if somebody's getting hit up or they're about to die or go down. Then you could jump off, just as long as nobody's trying to cross the bridge. But we, didn't find it too difficult to just manage to stay on the bridge. Or stay on the totems the whole time. So once we got 3 people across, we do 1 at a time. Boom, boom, boom. Now, the only thing they changed is they made it so you have to kill exactly 5 gatekeepers to continue to the next part of the encounter. So each person goes across with a sword, kills their gatekeeper. Once you have 3 people across, they jump on the plates and the totems. That way the other 3 could come across. And just keep in mind, guys, when you're the last person across, the 6th person, do not follow the 5th person right behind him. You will get killed because you cannot cross the bridge or the abyss without having a sword. So, other than that, it's all the same. I really like the fact that they added the 6 extra swords so we can all have swords on this part. It kind of gives everybody a little moment to shine, if you will. So, I thought that was really cool. Other than that, the rest of this encounter is completely the same. There's not wizards. There can be a wizard that spawns, but it's not like it used to be. There's not 2 ogres that you need to kill to continue to the next part. You got to see the 6 swords pop up, and then your team just goes to town on killing all the ads. And once you kill all the ads and all the gatekeepers that will spawn out, you're good to go on to the next part. So I'm gonna let it continue playing from here. So real quick, guys, I left the Deathsinger part out. Number one reason is that it did not record right. It was skipping frames like every 5 seconds through the recording. So I just decided to leave it out. Real quick, I'm going to go over it very, very quickly. All you need to do for the Deathsinger part is have 3 people run swords, 3 people run galleys, 2 and 1 on each side. Clear the ads as fast as you possibly can. Have somebody, as soon as like you say that you're about to take out the 2 hollowed knights that are near the Deathsinger, and you're gonna make Iryut shriek in fear, and that's basically what you got to do for the challenge mode. You're gonna want to have somebody run right up to the 2 towers that are on the left and right side and take out the Shredder Knights as quickly as possible. While somebody's doing that, you're gonna want 2 people underneath taking out the ogres. Once you clear all the ads, the sword bearer will spawn out of the middle just like he does for this encounter, and then you're gonna want to grab that sword, run up to the Deathsinger wherever she's at, and just swipe her. It takes 1 hit with the sword to kill her. And that's basically the Deathsinger challenge mode. Now, let's talk about the Crota encounter. We were taking out the knights and the wizards. We didn't want to deal with it because we noticed like 9 out of 10 times, due to the light level factor and that the raid is now 42, 390 light, you could still get shot by a boomer and 2-shotted by a boomer. So we were just taking them out, doing the damage. We were having a hunter run Nighthawk, Celestial Nighthawk. Shout out to Pete for, you know, kind of running with that and giving us that little strat. So you just saw Angelic pop the Nighthawk. That one-shots the Oversoul, guys. And the other thing I wanted to say is that if you could time it just right, and let's say the first Oversoul pops, okay, like it just did. If you can get Crota down twice within that pop, you don't have to do the second Oversoul, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would just use a Nighthawk for each Oversoul. It's a one-shot, it's simple, you don't have to worry about wasting ammo, and you can focus more on your sword bearer and what's going on in, you know, around them. So, other than that, you have to have a different person hit him with the sword for each time you do damage. So, basically, Pete went first, I went second, and then Zanzibar went third. Now, the only get up to it is whoever the sword bearer is and is dealing damage, as soon as you pick up that sword, you cannot drop that sword. You have to wait until it disappears itself. And other than that, taking out the Oversouls, killing Crota with a different sword bearer, each time not dropping the sword. There's nothing else to the encounter. It's literally that simple. Not to say that we cleared every single raid when we did it all 3 times, but you know, we had our moments, and it's just part of the game. You know, you live and you learn, you adapt to it. As far as difficulty, I would not give it, you know, it's not a 5-star difficulty. I'd call it more of a 2 or 3-star compared to where it was. It's kind of like a mix between hard mode and easy mode, if you will. But nonetheless, it was complete nostalgia for me. I was having a blast doing it, and it just felt good to be running the raid that, you know, I started my Destiny career with. And not really a career, but you get what I'm saying. You know, it's where I started at. Used to solo it all the time and met most of my buddies from it and helped a lot of people at the same time. But anyways, guys, I know the video's 18 minutes long. I just wanted to make sure I go over everything. And you're going to go ahead and see my drop for this. I think it was my Titan, my second run. But I hope this helps a little bit. Sorry the Deathsinger wasn't in there. It glitched out. But I'm going to keep putting up videos, so hopefully this helps you out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Reach for the stars, and have a beautiful day.